Hey, friends, and welcome back to the Hype One podcast. I'm your host, A Wit, and here we keep it real, we keep it relevant, and we keep it rooted in faith. I'm so glad that you stopped by today because I am excited about getting my podcast started back. I'm here at episode number 3. Today's episode is going to be something that may be a little uncomfortable, it may be a little personal, but it's a whole lot of necessary. But before I get started, I want to let you know where you can find my podcast. If this is your first time here, my audio will drop every Tuesday and the video on YouTube will drop on Wednesdays. So make sure you follow me. Make sure you leave me some feedback. You can also find me on social media platforms such as Facebook and TikTok as The Hype One Podcast. You can shop my merch at thehypeone.store. So let's get started. What is today's episode about? The title of today's episode, which is episode number 3, is Jealousy is Killing Your Dreams, but you don't even know it. Yeah, I'm going to go there. So let's call this out, right? Jealousy don't always come with that green face and that evil laugh. Sometimes it's the eye rolling when someone shares good news. It's that tight feeling in your chest when your friend gets what you've been praying for. It's the downplaying someone else's success by saying it must be nice or they only got that because. Yep, that's jealousy in disguise. And here's the kicker. It doesn't just stay in your heart. It seeps into your mindset. It seeps into your self-worth. And worst of all, it hinders your ability to move forward in your own calling. Because see, what God has for you, you can't focus on because you're too busy over here worrying about what somebody else got going on. You're being jealous of others. The spiritual side of jealousy. Let me go in the word for a second. Let me take y'all to the word. In James 3:16, it says, "For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder in every vile practice." Phew, that's deep, ain't it? See, jealousy is like a fog. It clouds your vision because it makes you forget about what God has promised you. Because again, you too busy looking at what he gave someone else. And if the enemy can't destroy your calling, he'll definitely distract you by convincing you to envy someone else's. This is what it's about. Think about it. Think about Cain and Abel. Cain didn't lose God's favor. He lost focus. And that jealousy led to destruction. And I'm going to say this. Now, we're not out here plotting a murder. I'm not saying that. But how many of us have murdered our own creativity by comparing ourselves to others? Think about what you're doing. Jealousy is killing your dreams, and you don't even know it. A lot of times we say people are jealous, and sometimes they're not, but sometimes they are. It's easy to see sometimes. Sometimes it's not always easy to see. And I'm going to get into that here in a second. Let me tell you some ways that jealousy is blocking your dreams. Jealousy can delay your progress. You can't move forward looking sideways. See, comparison kills momentum. When you're trying to compare yourself to someone else, you're not in the momentum to focus on your own calling. Every minute, every second, every hour you spend wishing you had someone else's success is a minute, a second, and an hour that you're not building your own. You're spending way too much time on what God has given someone else. Jealousy damages relationships. And yeah, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this as transparent as I can. Some of y'all are jealous of your own friends. Y'all do that. You're jealous of the people that's closest to you. And it shows. Because let's be real. Jealousy turns friends into competitors. It builds up walls where God wants that connection. Instead of you celebrating, you start resenting them. And that brings on isolation. And y'all know that the enemy loves isolation. He loves division. All of that stuff. This is what the enemy wants. And you continue to compete against your own friends. See, some of us on the outside looking in. Y'all in these groups and these cliques, and you thinking these are your friends. But these people are actually competing against you. Because they jealous. They're envying you. That jealous rage dims your light. When you constantly measure your worth by somebody else's wins, you start showing up smaller. You second guess your gifts. You shrink down. And that's not humility. Don't get me wrong. It's not humility. That's spiritual self-sabotage. Come on now. I hope y'all still with me. You ain't cut me off yet, have you? There's a lot of ways jealousy can block your dreams, but those are just 3 of them. Definitely delays your progress. It can damage relationships, and it will dim your light. So how do you break free from being jealous? You want to get away from being jealous. You want to stop being jealous. You got to own it. You got to call it out. Don't spiritualize it. Don't sugarcoat it. You got to say, Lord, I'm struggling with envy. Help me heal it and not hide it. You got to shift to gratitude. You got to be thankful. See, gratitude starves jealousy, right? So every morning, you need to list 3 things or call out 3 things that God has already done for you. You got to remind yourself, you got to remind your soul that He hasn't forgotten about you. And you got to celebrate others. Stop resenting people in your groups. Stop resenting people close to you. It's hard to stay jealous of somebody that you're cheering for. Practice clapping for others out loud. Practice clapping for others online and in private. Because what you celebrate, you also attract. Did you know that? You too busy worrying about what they got. Celebrate them and it'll come to you. Focus on your lane. Stay in your lane. You might understand that a little better. Stay in your lane. Because God's calling on everybody's life is custom. Everybody is different. No 2 people have the same calling. No one else can do what you're assigned to do. So stay in your lane. And when you stay in your lane, you find peace, you find joy, and you will definitely find favor. So these are some ways that you can break free from jealousy. Stop envying people. And I want to tell you what I do know. Here's what I know. God didn't run out of blessings. And He didn't give your friend a miracle and forget about you. He didn't stop by their house and forgot your address. God don't ever be in a rush. His timing is always the right time. He's an on-time God. I know y'all know that. And He ain't on no budget. So don't let that jealousy rage trick you into thinking that your time won't come. Because your time is going to come. You just got to be patient and you got to stop being jealous. You got to stop doing these things. Because you're not late and you're not overlooked. And you're definitely not less than. Sometimes you're being prepared. You're being prepared for a purpose that's perfectly designed for you. Because see, when God bless someone else with something that you've been praying for, it's probably not your time for it. Maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe it's a house or a car or a promotion on the job. Maybe you weren't ready for that. Maybe you're not financially ready for that. And God is preparing you financially before He puts you into that new home. He's preparing you financially before you go purchase that new car. He's preparing you mentally and physically before He promotes you on that job. So don't always think that because they got something before you, that it's a good thing. And when they get something before you, it may be because they went out and done it on their own before God even told them it was time. You never know what people are going through. You never know how people get where they are. You just need to focus on your calling, and you need to focus on God's timing for your life. Because what you have assigned to you is for you. And what they have assigned to them is for them. And however they do what they do, that's on them. That's between them and God. And what you do is between you and God. I want to encourage you to understand that. Jealousy is a dangerous trait. You playing with yourself, really. You're not hurting someone else. You're only hurting yourself. And you got to call it out. You got to tell God to help you. You got to tell God to heal you, to remove that envy from you. Because it definitely gets to your mindset, and it gives you a whole different mindset. And you start doing things, and you're going to start losing people. You're going to start saying things and doing things, and people are not going to want to deal with you. Because that the enemy wants that jealousy and envy, rage. They want that division. They want that separation. They want that isolation. The enemy loves that. And you can't keep letting the enemy trick you into thinking that someone else has what you should have. And it's not all about material things. Let me clear that up. I know I said cars, houses, but let me clear that up, because it's not always about material things. Some people have gifts from God. Some people have talents. Some people were blessed with those things. You weren't. But every person is different. You still may have some type of gift from God that the other person doesn't have. It's how people treat you. It's how people love you. People are jealous of that. It's not always material things. You walk in the room, you light up the room, people will be jealous of that. They'll stop inviting you places because they feel like you gonna steal the light. But you don't ever dim your light for someone else. You put that summer gun on bright. And yeah, I said summer gun. Lord, that's country. But you put your light on bright and you shine as bright as ever. Don't ever let anyone allow you to dim your light because they are jealous of you, or they try to stop you from being somewhere because you light up the room. If this episode hits you to the heart, I want you to do two things. I want you to share it with a friend who needs this reminder. And I think everybody needs this reminder. Like, we all say things. We all do things. And it's not like, how should I put this? It's not like everybody is jealous of everybody, but we all say things such as, how did they get that? Or I should have had that. That's human nature. Jealousy, I feel like people go to the extreme. They do things and they say things. That envy is one of the biggest things. People will try to shut you down because they're jealous of you. That's just the bottom line. So we have to be careful. So I want you to share this with people so that they'll understand what jealousy looks like. And then they'll be able to understand how to break free from jealousy. so that they can continue to walk in their calling that God has for them. I want you to let me know what stood out the most to you. And I'm going to end this by saying, let's keep showing up. Let's keep doing the work and let God handle the rest. It's been real. It's your girl A Wit, and I'll catch you on the next episode of the Height One podcast. Love you guys.